Hey, what is going on YouTube? My name is Renji and today I'm going to be looking at starter deck Jesmon ST-12. Comes out this week. Managed to get my hands on a few copies early and I'm wanting to just open this guy up, have a look and see what we've got inside, have a look at the beautiful textures and yeah, give you a better look at what's going on in case you want to pick it up. Let's get started. So the first thing that I noticed about these guys is that the boxes are incredibly smaller than the previous starter decks. They also feel a little bit more bulky. I guess we'll find out what's inside, but for reference, here is the starter deck for the Mastamon, which is considerably larger. If you want to peep the size difference. Bandai using less packaging, sick. I guess they've also just used the space a little bit better to show you the types of cards that you can get inside here, as well as the deck list that's on here, but I don't want to spoil it too much for myself. I kind of know what's in here, but I'm still excited to see the copies of what we get. Okay, so there's no plastic, which I guess is an improvement. It's just, oh, sick. So it's just in this little cardboard container. All right, so I think the first thing that we should talk about is how gorgeous these tamers are. I'm very excited for these. I'm probably only really going to use the Davis, maybe the Izzy as well. We're kind of stuck together. Okay, got you. Interesting. Sick. Thanks. All right. Okay, cool. We got them separated. So let's have a look. Let's try and see the texture on these guys. Is absolutely stunning. Look at that. It's kind of got like the finish on the all arts, like BT1, I guess, and then oh, look at the Dave. Oh, look at the textures. It looks stunning. The kind of crystal effect on it. Okay, I'm into that. These looked good on the scans, but like the textures look absolutely stunning. I was gonna say TK didn't have one there, but he does. He has a little glitter thing going on. It's kind of cool. Izzy, nice. He's got like the little swirls going on. Pretty cool. And then Matt also has like a shard. Wait, is that it? Is that us? Oh, we got Ken hiding behind here. Ken's chilling behind TK. Ken also got like a kind of similar thing going on. I definitely think by far the Davis is the nicest one. I might be kind of biased here. I'm showing my Imperial bias here. You get a full set of these with each starter deck. So if you're going to be purchasing both the Jesmon and the Ragnarlordmon ones for your playsets, then you're going to get yourself a playset of each tamer as well, which is kind of sick. All right. Onto the deck. Let's see what we've got. So you get the 4 eggs, 50 cards, full playable deck. In the back we have our memory counters. These look clean. The Huckmon and the Jesmon memory counters. These look sick. I'm stoked that they still do these. I'm glad that they've like upgraded them and made them a little bit more robust than the ones that you got in the early starter decks. But these guys are nice. I'm excited to get my hands on the Ragnarlordmon ones as well. It's the first deck I ever built way back in the day. So I'm excited to see what he's all about. Alright, let's get cracking. So we're starting with Gurimon. Your turn, when you've got 2 or more Digimon in play, this Digimon gets plus 1k DP. 4 copies of that boy. Candlemon, 2 cost, we love to see it. Vanilla Rookie, 3k DP. Not really much to write home about. They're nice to have. See his place. We also get 4 copies of that. Nice. I skipped 2, I'm so sorry. So I feel like Solarmon here is going to get a lot of play in a lot of different kind of decks. I feel like people are going to splash this in for red bases. Things like red, yellow hybrid are going to see a lot of this because right now we've kind of really got Psychmon and I can't think of the other one. The Chikurimon, I guess, that's coming out in the Ragnarlordmon starter deck. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think there's one more, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's nice to see it in red. All players can't reduce play costs. It's going to be huge in the current meta. There's going to be so many types of decks that it's going to be a good floodgate against. So yeah, 10 out of 10. And I think we get, yeah, you get 4 copies in here, which is wild. You get 4 copies in there. So if you're probably going to run like maybe 2 tops in a deck, you pick yourself up 2 copies of the starter deck, you're going to get yourself 8 copies, which is wild. All right, next we have Huckmon. It's nice to see it in rare. For some reason, I thought this was a common or an uncommon, but it's nice to see it in foil. Your turn, once per turn, when you play a Digimon with Sistermon in its name, gain 1 memory. Very clean, very nice. And then the inheritable, all turns when this Digimon has Huckmon in its name or Royal Knight in its traits, it gets 1k DP. Seems to be a theme that a lot of the inheritables on this line are just here to try and get your Jesmon like peeking so that it can swing over things. So it's very delicious. I'm into it. Also get 4 copies of that. That's very nice. It's very nice. The rookies in like the last set, you only got 2 copies, so it's kind of nice to get the additional ones in here for people who maybe only are going to pick up 1 for certain play sets. Next we got Meramon, 4 play cost, 1 to Digivolve, 4k DP vanilla. Pretty standard. I mean, it's nice if you're trying to grow up your. It's pretty nice if you're trying to grow up your stack quick. It might see some play in like some other decks, but like honestly, I feel like you're just going to try and grow a bit of Huckmon tribal through your level 4s. But very nice card, very nice card. We get Battle Huckmon, 5 play cost, 2 Digivolve, 6k DP. Inheritable all turns. While this Digimon has Huckmon in its name or Royal Knight in its traits, it gets 1k DP. So it's the same as the Huckmon, which I think is nice because again, you're not always going to have both of them in the same stack. So just giving your Jesmon or your level 6 or your level 7 maybe, the little 1k boost is going to be absolutely delicious. Oh, we get 4 copies of this in here as well. Nice. Get blessing us with the playsets, man. Let's go. Let's go. So onto the level 5s. I guess there's slots reserved for Sistermon, so we're not going to get like a whole lot in here. But Skull Meramon, play cost 6, pretty good. Evo cost 3. It's pretty standard for a 5. 9k DP, which is good. Little vanilla boy. Also 4 copies. I'm sorry, some of these cards are kind of stuck together. I apologize. On to the new main man himself. A lot of people are going to be stoked that this is foil, I think. Savior Huckmon. Foil's actually really nice on this for being a rare. Like, it is absolutely stunning. Sometimes the rares can be hit and miss, in my opinion, with the colors. He looks badass. Look at this gentleman. Look at this gentleman. So when Digivolving, this Digimon may also attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon for the turn. So this plays really well with the Jesmon because the Jesmon gets Blitz when it evolves. Inheritable when attacking once per turn. If this Digimon has Royal Knights in its traits, you may play a Digimon card with Sistermon in its name from your hand or trash without paying its memory cost. Also pretty good. I think in this, like being able to pull the Sistermons from the trash, especially with like the option card that's going to throw things in there when you're searching, I think it's just good. I think the problem that you had before was, you know, it maybe felt a little bit too wasted when things made its way to the trash, but this has a lot of recycling effort in it, so I'm pretty stoked for that. We also get 4 copies in here, which is very nice. All right, and then we have Volcanomon. Volcanomon here, I like the Etamon in the background. It's very, very, very delicious. The card art is very nice. Very, very nice. Like, they absolutely kill it on some of these commons and uncommons. So he's an 8 play cost, 4 to Digivolve from both red and black. It's good to see. He's 9k blocker, and the inheritable security attack +1. It's actually quite nice. I don't know if it's going to see a lot with it being like a 4 Evo, but honestly, but being a blocker and giving you an inheritable security attack +1, I feel like it's going to be key at some point. All right, we got 2 copies of those, and then it is on to the man himself, Jesmon. Look at this card art. This is absolutely, oh, the textures, yo. Like, I've seen, like most of us, I've seen prints of this card forever. So ever since it's been released, I've seen them on digimoncard.dev. I've seen them being shared on Facebook. I've seen people playing proxies. I've seen it on TTS. However, seeing this in person with all of, like, can you see the glare? This is an absolutely gorgeous card. I wasn't like super hot on this. I like the art. I don't think it's as nice as like the event pack promo of the old one, which made me kind of sad because I figured I was probably going to play this one more. But honestly, now seeing it in person and seeing the texture on it, it's very, very nice. I like the Royal Knight features in the background. We've got Ulforce, we've got Magnamon at the bottom there, we've got Kentaurusmon at the side. Very nice. So he digivolves for 4, 12k DP. When digivolving, Blitz, so it can attack when your opponent has 1 or more memory, and then when attacking you play a Digimon card with Sistermon in its name from your hand without paying its memory cost. And then on your turn, once per turn, when you play another Digimon by an effect, this Digimon gets 3k DP and gains security attack +1. Stunning work. To see a Jesmon. So many of these cards are stuck together, man. I guess it's the price of these new textures. Next, we've got Gankumon. Gankumon 3 Digivolve off red and black. I actually really like this. I didn't play Gankumon at all in my old Jesmon deck. It was very much just Jesmon on the top end, trying to get up, get the Sistermon combos out, and just try to like apply pressure. But the more I've seen this and the Gankumon X that's in BT10, I kind of want to try and throw a bit of Gankumon in there. A splash of Gankumon in the deck, maybe. But he Digivolves for 3. He's got 11k. When Digivolve, you may play 1 Huckmon or 1 Digimon card with Sistermon in its name in your trash. From your trash. Should I say from your trash? You may play 1 Huckmon or 1 Digimon card with Sistermon in its name from your trash without paying its memory cost. Oh, Bandai. I think that's what it should say, but it's still pretty cracked. Get to play yourself a Huckmon, get the on play, or you can pull out a Sistermon for whatever kind of tech needs. Again, this deck has a lot of recycling the Sistermon, so it's not too much of a loss if one of them's in security and it gets checked, or you're, you know, using the option cards, you're cycling cards from the top of your deck or whatever, and it gets popped in the trash instead of getting bottom deck. I think it's a nice alternative here, and there's definitely tools to get those cards back out, which I think is really cool. And then your turn, once per turn, when you play another Digimon by an effect, de-digivolve 1 up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon. Kind of cracked. That'll be pretty good in a cross heart as well, actually. I feel like we're not going to be sleeping on this Gankumon so much. Look at this handsome devil. Look at him, his little mustache and his beard. Gonna fuck with it. All right, we get 2 copies of those. Nice. All right, so then we're on to the Sistermons. I'm kind of sad that the Sistermons aren't foil. I must admit, if they were rares, I think it would have been a really nice touch, but they're still nice cards. So we get System on blank here. It's a 3 play cost, the 3k DP. On play, by trashing 1 card in your hand, draw 2 cards from your deck, which is pretty good. Another way for us to cycle Sistermons into the trash and get ourselves some good draw for our key pieces. It's quite nice, quite like it. All turns, while you have a Digimon in play with Huckmon in its name or Royal Knight in its traits, this Digimon gains Decoy red/black. Nice, so when one of your other red or black Digimon would be deleted by an opponent's effect, you may delete this Digimon to prevent that deletion. I actually quite like this card. I didn't look into the Sistermons too much, like before they came out. I have play sets of the alt arts from BT6, and Lord help me, I know that I need to have it max rarity, so I was like, I don't want the uncommons. So I think I was quite ignorant to what they actually do, but this is actually pretty good. I like the on play, trash 1, draw 2. I think it's a really nice feature, and we all know that Jesmon has a habit of bricking, so being able to play this, get something that you want in the trash to dig out as a resource later to then draw 2 cards, I think is actually really cracked. So that's pretty cool. So we get 4 of those in there. That's nice. They could have limited these to 2, but giving us 4 I think is really nice. Then we have Sistermon CL. So it's a 4 play cost, 5k DP. On play, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Huckmon in its name or Royal Knight in its traits among them to your hand. Trash the rest. All turns, all of your Digimon with Huckmon in their names and Royal Knight gain reboot. Yeah, that's kind of wild. So on play, you get to reveal top 3. You get to add 1 of your pieces and then trash the rest. So again, stuff's going to the trash for resources, which I think is good. And then the all turns effect, your Huckmon and your Royal Knights gain reboot. Absolutely wild. Also treat as if the name is Sistermon Noir and traits include virus. I don't want to get into this discussion. Justice for Sistermon Noir. Like I feel bad. You get 4 copies of that, pretty good. I really like the art on this one actually. It's very cute. Labramon and like Nemon and stuff. The Terriermon, I didn't even clock Terriermon at first there. The card art is very adorable. I like it a lot. Alright, so then we're on to the option cards. So first option card we have is Os Generics. So 1 cost option card. Main, one of your Digimon gets plus 2k for the turn. Then if you have a Digimon with Huckmon in its name or Royal Knight in its traits in play, gain 1 memory and one of your Digimon gains piercing for the turn. Nice. Pretty good. Security effect, gain a memory and add this card to its owner's hand. Okay, when I was first reading this, I was like, yeah, it's kind of okay. I see why it's in a starter deck. I don't know if I would go ahead and use it, but like security, gain a memory and add it to your hand, kind of in it. Maybe just like maybe 2 copies or something in it. You got a play set. You got a play set. So I bought 2 copies of this. I get 8 of these guys to play with. We love to see it. Right, the next one. I think this is one of the most adorable card arts that I've ever seen in the game. I'm living for Gankumon's feet accessories. Homie's got style, man. Look at him go, chomping the meat. Huckmon is in awe of his style and his stature anyway. So it costs 2, which is awesome because a lot of these delay cards tend to be 3 or more, so it's kind of nice that we have one that's a little bit less. Main, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Huckmon or Sistermon in its name or Royal Knight in its traits among them to your hand. Trash the rest. Then place this card in your battle area. It's gonna target literally everything in your deck probably. The only thing that I could imagine when you're putting the deck list together, people might still run Chimeramons from BT8, but like apart from that, I feel like you're going to like every Digimon in the deck is going to be a hit here. So unless you whiff 3 tamers options, literally anything other than your Digimon, you're going to pull something off here, which I think is good. And then your main delay, the next time one of your Digimon would Digivolve this turn, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. It's wild. This thing is a 2 cost search card that lets you then reduce your Digivolution cost by 1, which also is going to get around your memory floodgates, because a lot of the time when you had the memory floodgates on board, like if your opponent had them there, you couldn't crack your memory boosts, and this kind of gets around that. And honestly, this is such a good alternative to red memory boost, which makes me sad because my red memory boosts are alts, but like even just like 1 or 2 of these in the deck with maybe like 2 red memory boosts, I think would be a really cool ratio. The security effect on here is reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck, add 1 card with Huckmon or Sistermon in its name or Royal Knights in its traits among your hand, trash the rest, then place the card in the battle area. So you get its main effect in security as well, which is sick. Usually with these types of cards, you just get the delay effect. It just tells you to put it in the area, but you're actually getting its main as well. So honestly, cracked card. 2 copies, nice. Now I knew there was going to be a foil option card. I'm kind of sad this isn't foil, but honestly, like still cool to get like foil option cards in the deck. So Quake, Blast, Fire, Father. Well, you have a Digimon with Huckmon or Sistermon in its name or Royal Knight in its traits in play. You can use this card without meeting its color requirements. Okay, sick. Okay, cool. Main, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 13 or less. Wild. So it's Gaia Force for Jesmon, right? But 2 copies of that. I guess that's why it's the foil, because it's the big boy removal, I guess. But Still kind of nice. I like the art. I think, honestly, like, kind of becoming a bit of a Gankumon fanboy here. Kind of know the art. Still would have preferred this to be the foil, but but it is what it is. 2 copies of that to round off the deck. Honestly, solid first impressions. Like, just as a deck, it seems like it would play quite well. There's a lot of resources on your Systemons. You get 8 Systemons in here. You get 4 level 6s to go up to. You've got play sets of all of your Huckmon pieces. Honestly, the deck is solid. 4 copies of Solarmon. Wild. I think it's up there. I was really worried when, like, the Imperial Dramon and the Mastemon starter decks came out, because I thought, is this going to be the caliber of starter decks moving forward, or is this just a bit of luck? But honestly, this feels like it's not going to take that many additions to make it meta. And with the cards that came out in Cross Encounter and just doubling up on 2 copies of this, I feel like it could be a really, really, really strong deck. This was the first of many, so I would appreciate any feedback on it. And if there's anything else you want to see, then like and subscribe. Come talk to me. I've got a Discord to talk on social media. Let's do the thing. Hi, thank you so much. Bye.